Now with logical operators done, let's have a look at element operators. And there we got two, exists and type. Now what do these do? Now to show what these operators do, I'll switch to a new database, which I'll name user, which does not exist yet. And there I'll have my users collection where I'll insert many users. So some quick insertion training here. Let's insert some users with a name, Max. Now I'll add some hobbies here, which actually is an array where I have embedded documents in the array. So not just text, but there I have hobbies with a title, let's say sports, and then also with a frequency, let's say 3 times a week, whatever. And then I got another hobby here, let's say title, cooking, and I do that 6 times a week, let's say. So this is one user. Now I'll also add another field for that user. That's the phone number, not my real number, by the way, which might be this number. Again, this is not my real number. Now let's add another user, name Manuel. Hobbies is also an array here with title, cooking, frequency 5, let's say. I'm not sure if that's the correct one. And then we got another hobby, cars, with a frequency of, well, hard to measure that. Let's say he's looking for new cars twice a week. I don't know. So let's say that is this data. Now we also add a phone number, and here it is some text. So also a number, but stored as text. Also not his real number. Now additionally here, we also got an age field of 30. So now I added 2 new documents. We can have a quick look at them with find pretty. Here's the data for Manuel, and here's my data. Now I deliberately have different types for phone, and I deliberately added this extra field, because that will help us with exists and type. You might already be able to guess what these operators do. Let's say in our huge collection which we have here, with 2 elements, we want to find all persons who have an age field. Now we can do that. Users is the collection name, and we can pretty print the result by finding all documents where age, and then we pass a document to configure our value for age, where age exists is true. We could also check for false, and we would find all documents where no age field exists. With true, we find all documents where it does exist. And if I now hit enter, we should find Manuel, who does have an age field. Now, of course, we can also use that together with other arguments. So we could also say age should exist and should be greater than 30. If we do that, we find no element because Manuel's field does exist. He does have an age, but he's not greater than 30. Greater than or equal, of course, would work and would return Manuel again. So this is exists. Now, exists is pretty straightforward. Now, let me add one more user to my database here with insert 1. So to my collection, to my users collection. Name is Anna. Let's add some hobbies here. Title is sports. Frequency, let's say, is 2. And here we have another title, yoga. Frequency is 3, let's say. Now, for Anna, I will also add a phone number. Let's say it's also text and also not the real one. And then I also add an age here, but I'll set it to null. So it's not disclosed, you could say. Now, technically, that makes a difference, because if I now find all elements real quick, we see that for Anna, there is an age field. The value just is null, which is a special value, which is, well, just means there is no value there, but the field exists. Now, if I repeat my query from before, where I just check for the age field existing, I do find Anna too, because the field exists. It just happens to be null. Now, sometimes you want to find all users where it exists and where there is a valid value in there, though. Now, we could check false. Maybe it's included there, but no. With exists false, you only find Max, who doesn't have an age field. So if you want to make sure that age exists, but also that there is a value in there, you have to check that it also is not equal to null. So now I check for all documents where the age field exists, and that should of course be true and not age. So where the age field exists and where the age field is not equal to null. And now this will return manual again. So this is how you can use exists, and especially this combination with not equal null is quite helpful for making sure you really only have documents where there is a value in that field.